I'm Richard Worrell. I've been here about 20 years. First in another flat, and then I moved quite a few years ago to this beautiful place on the 6th floor, facing south and west with lovely daylight. Actually, I was involved with the estate more years than 20 ago. And I worked with residents, and we used to call these places the ice blocks. So that says it all really, doesn't it?
Watmos is a housing association. It's got 3,000 properties based in Walsall and London. Our mission is to provide great homes and services and to build strong communities and improve people's lives. Watmos faced a challenge with its 21 tower blocks. We needed to improve them, we needed to undertake structural repairs, and we needed to upgrade their thermal efficiency and sustainability for the future.
Yeah, it was freezing in the winter. It was like the electric bills was horrendous, like nearly £20 every other day.
It didn't have thermal insulation. The windows weren't all that brilliant.
The blocks were showing their age. You know, they were 1960s blocks. They had first generation doors and windows, but they were coming to the end of their life. They were starting to lose the water tightness. So we were getting issues in terms of small levels of damp and mould. The thermal efficiency of the blocks was significantly low. Part of this project was to make sure that we get their EPCs up to a minimum C. That would enable us to assist customers, particularly in their bills, with rising heating costs.
But energy efficiency means that we use energy better, and that ultimately means that people who live in the flats and the houses here have a better quality of life. They pay less for their energy bills and they're warmer. A lot of populations of these buildings are quite elderly, on fixed income, so it's really important in my view to make sure that we're able to provide these type of measures to these communities.
We moved towards an external wall insulation programme where we would upgrade the render and the insulation, which would significantly improve the thermal efficiency of the blocks, amongst other benefits. And the opportunity to do that came about through seeking out government funding. We came together with SMS Soltherm early on in the project to discuss what the opportunities were and how that Watmos, as a relatively small organisation, could take on such a large project.
On this programme in particular, we've had COVID, we've had Brexit, we've had other issues which have really impacted on the delivery of the programme, but everything we do has been around how can we protect Watmos and ensure that we deliver their scheme.
At Soltherm, we really pride ourselves on working with our customers to understand their needs. We really take the time to understand each property type and then look at what system will be the best system fit for that particular property. But it's also understanding the housing provider's residents. At the end of the day, it's these people that are having the work done to their homes.
We had in mind creating a system that had increased durability. We did this through some very unique innovations. The primary development was to ensure that the system achieved a 75-year effective life. That means increased durability, impact resistance was increased, but also wind load resistance through the technologies of clamping rings and cross-knot fixings, as well as development in fungal and biocide technologies to ensure the system can survive the 75-year environment it's going to be exposed to.
The big challenge for everybody who's going to work in energy efficiency is winning the hearts and minds of the people that you're trying to provide a service for. In order to get them to participate, you've got to have really effective communication strategies.
Right from the start, we engaged with residents. We talked to them regarding the colour schemes of their homes, and they've had an input on that. Due to there being 4 sites and it being such a large project, our residents would have a resident liaison officer that would look after each of their areas. This has been imperative to the communications with the residents, keeping them updated, talking to them about changes. We recruited our resident liaison officers locally. This was to do with our commitments around generating local employment on the project, but also we wanted our residents to feel that they had someone that they could talk to that understood the area in which they live in.
You noticed the difference instantly once the thermal cladding was in place. It just made it so noticeably more comfortable.
Well, the bills have got, the electric's gone down. You can tell that's gone down loads.
How does that make you feel on a sort of day-to-day basis?
Well, a lot better because we've got more money, I suppose.
You used to be able to hear the M6 hum from some of the properties. Customers are not hearing those noise levels.
It has completely changed the skyline of Walsall. You can see a vast difference, which obviously gives residents more pride in where they live.
The stigma of a 1960s concrete and brick tower block has dramatically changed, and you cannot tell the difference between a private rented sector and a social rented sector anymore.
So well worth the wait. It's a sort of life-changing or living-changing improvement, you know. It just makes this place so much nicer to live in. And all we need now is the next phase.